Well, hello everybody. Happy Foxy Friday. Well, this video is kind of a follow-up to my makeup demo that I did recently. A lot of people have asked me to be more specific on what brands I use. And up until now, I've kind of had this standard answer that I just use whatever's on sale. And for the most part, that's been true. But thinking about it now, that's not really as true as it used to be. Probably more than half of my products are specific things that I've bought because I liked them in the past. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I use, at least for the most part, currently. So the first thing I do is put a primer over the beard area. And this primer is made by Jacob Block. I'd never heard of them before, but they sent me one because they wanted me to represent them or advertise for them or something. And I said I would if I liked their products. Well, I didn't really like any of them except for this primer. So this is the primer I've been using. You can buy it online, but I'm sure other primers work as well. But I just kind of use it for the beard area just to kind of make it a little smoother. I use 3 different foundations. This one is by L'Oreal, and this is probably my favorite. I use this kind of in the eye area, kind of around the eye and the top of the cheekbone. And it's my favorite because it does a good job and it lasts forever. So this is by L'Oreal. I first got turned on to it because that was what my wife uses the most, and I first started using her hand-me-downs. So that's the foundation for around the eyes. And I use this foundation for the rest of the face. This is by Maybelline, and it's called Super Stay Better Skin. I first got it because, I first got it when I was doing that marathon and I wanted something that wouldn't get sweated off. So I got this one and I really liked the coverage and it didn't sweat off, so I kept using it. Now, back to finding bargains. The foundation that I use for the neck area, I always use, I figure that's less important, so I use something less expensive. And this one I got for $1.38 in the clearance bin. And this is also L'Oreal, Visible Lift. I wish it actually did lift, but it works for me. So now one of my more expensive, not super expensive, but kind of expensive, is the eyeshadow, because cheap eyeshadow just is crap. So I did a makeover once at, and they used these Bare Minerals. And I didn't like the makeover, but I did like the products. So I stuck with these Bare Minerals eyeshadow. I have 2. I have a very white one for the corner of the eye and for just below the eyebrow, and I have a darker one for normal eyeshadowing. Now, that's one of my more expensive products. One of my cheaper products is the eyeliners. I use this I use a very fine tip eyeliner for the inside corner of the eye, made by e.l.f. These are really inexpensive, but not bad quality. A lot of cheap cosmetics are cheap, but these are inexpensive and work pretty well. So I use the fine one, and then I use the little ink well for the actual lining of the top. Now, speaking of cheap cosmetics, the eyeliner that I use for the inside waterline, I actually got at a Halloween store. So I use this for the inside waterline and then kind of drag it down and do just outside the bottom of the eyelid. And that completes my eyeliner. For contouring, I have 2 different products each by L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. So for more softer contouring, I use the lighter one, and then for more detailed, more harder contouring, I use the darker one. So I use the softer one much more. Those are both by L'Oreal True Match. I have a Maybelline, it's like an eyeshadow, but I just use it as to like highlight the cheekbones. And then also the tip of the nose. And I have a couple of CoverGirl products. This is like a rouge that I use kind of like for the jawbone area, like below the ear. And I know rouge isn't like super in style anymore, but anytime that I don't use it, I really regret it and I wind up putting it on anyway. And then I also have just a regular blush, also by CoverGirl, that I use for like, actually I use it kind of all over. So I use it especially on the apples of the cheeks, but I also use it anywhere that looks like it's got makeup on, just to give it kind of more of a skin tone. So like around the mouth, over the forehead, just wherever I think needs to have a little more glow to it. I have like a brow pencil and another eyeliner. These I got from Kmart just before they went out of business in our area. These are called Color Concept. And I actually bought these in guy mode and went up to the counter, and as I was checking out, the girl said, "Oh, you're buying these for your wife?" And I said, "No." And that kind of stunned her a little bit, so I don't know, that was kind of a funny interaction. But these last like forever, so I haven't bought any since then. And then finally, I'll put like a powder. The powder kind of like makes everything look more natural and also kind of like almost like seals in the makeup. So just a CoverGirl powder puff. I'll also put this on if I start getting a little sweaty, like in the movies when they powder someone up in between takes. And of course, some mascara. This one, I don't even recognize the name. It says Thrive. I don't know where I got it or why I picked it out, but that's the one I currently have. Someone may have actually given this to me, but it's called Thrive. I've been using this recently. I'm almost always disappointed by mascara, but I still use it anyway. And then finally, lipsticks. I've got a million different lipsticks. I buy them, and because lipstick company thinks that their lipstick tubes are like pieces of art, they don't even put their names on it, so I don't even know what I have. So that's about it. As far as lip liner, same thing, the pencils that I got from Kmart that I've had forever. And so I will like try something if I see it on sale or on clearance. But those are the ones I've been using now, the L'Oreal, the CoverGirl, and the Maybelline products. So if any of you guys want to sponsor me, then I'll use those exclusively. But as for now, I use a little bit of everything, and that's what I do. Have a good weekend, guys.